शास्त्रम तत्पश्चात नित्य लीला प्रविष्टम कृष्णपाद अष्टोत्तर सपन भक्ति वेदांत साईं महाराज एवं उपस्थित सर्वैश्वरी चरणों में मेरा नमस्कार हो। आज बहुत सुंदर सप्तऋषि है जिसमें हमें गौर वेदांत प्रतिष्ठा था।
Today is a very auspicious day. It is the Bhakti Prajnana Maharaj Avirbhav, the appearance day, and we are going to celebrate that today. Hindi. Hindi.
इस प्रकार श्रीला परमपति
how Bhakti Prajnana Keshava, how much he surrendered to the lotus feet of Bhakti Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He appeared in Bengal. His history and his life history. About my Gurudev, Goswami Maharaj, and also Prajnana Maharaj and Srila Gurudev Narayan Goswami Maharaj have written his life history. The three acharyas, his life they've written his life history. I can remember when I was in Devananda Gaudiya Math in 1981, I came to Devananda Gaudiya Math. At that time, Pujapad Nitya Lila Pravista Bhakti Vedanta Prajnana Maharaj. He used to give me a dictation and I used to write. I was sitting down and he was giving me dictation and I was writing. Even my Gurudev and Narayan Maharaj, he's written his life history in Hindi, Bangla, English. Also he's published it in English and in Hindi. The life and teachings of the life and teachings of Bhakti Prajnana Keshava Goswami Maharaj. Cover is also. The size of the book. Yes. All the Tattva Siddhantas are there. Guru Parampara, also the teachings of Guru Parampara is there. And Srila Gurudev is very detailed, he's written this book. Teachings of Bhakti Prajnana Keshava Goswami Maharaj. Gurudev, when he published that book, is very beautiful.
क्योंकि उसमें तत्व सिद्धांत भी
because also Tattva
समुदाय
Siddhantas,
की विचार
also
और यहाँ
Sampradayas,
यहाँ पर
teachings,
गुरु महाराज
and
विचार विशेष कर दिखाते हैं, विशेष करके सांप्रदायिक विचार के बहुत
he's
उन्होंने
written a lot on Sampradaya.
अधिक रूप में
He's given the details.
लिखा है,
He's written
क्योंकि
details about
शास्त्र में
Sampradaya.
कहते
But
संप्रदाय
in
बिना
Shastra it said,
साधि विदा
in
मता
Shastra it
श्री
says,
ब्रह्म
without
रुद्र
Sampradaya,
श्री ब्रह्म रुद्र
Shri
और
Brahma, Rudra, Sanatan,
ये
Santan.
चार संप्रदाय के
These four
युक्त
Sampradayas,
होकर अधिभुक्त होकर के दीक्षा मंत्र आदि ग्रहण करने
we
पर
have to take Diksha
मंत्र की
within these four Sampradaya. Then you will get the fruit of the mantra. You can.
संजय जप करते
Many people are chanting this mantra, Gayatri mantra, even though Brahma Kumaris, they are also chanting this Gayatri mantra. Many sampradayas are chanting Gayatri mantra, but but
वेद वाणी ही
but a
हमारे
Guru Parampara,
गुरु
Vedavan,
परंपरा जिस समय ठाकुर
we have to have
दसमूल
the.
तत्व में क्या लिखा हमने प्रावतत्तम
And Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote,
तदभिन्न संस्थ जीवन प्रति कवलितानंत दुसंस्थ भाव भेद भेद प्रकाशन सकल कवि हरे साधन शुद्ध सत्यम तत्प्रति उपदिष्ट गौरचंद्र स्वयं
Bhaktivinoda Thakur in the Dasmut in Jiva Dharma, he said, but we will only get Vedavani through Guru Parampara. Where our previous acharyas have Vedavata is a Tattva Siddhanta. They have shown us the teachings. They have shown us the teachings of what is the meaning of amnaya. Amnaya means the it's coming the teachings are coming through our Guru Parampara. One is Sishya Parampara and one is Bhagavata-parampara. These two types of parampara. One is Sishya Parampara and one is and Bhagavat Parampara. And Bhagavat Parampara.
bhagavatiya-parampara और
Pancharatmic param means Pancharatri-parampara.
पंचरात्र नारदीय पंचरात्र
Naradiya Pancharatra. That is coming through the Vidi according to the rules and regulation. Smriti, Pancharatrit.
यदि विधि विधान से पंचरात्र और वेदों की यदि अनुमोदित नहीं,
if you don't have this anubhav, if it's not coming through this, parampara, then it's not bona fide. Many pandits, many Sanskrit scholars can write the slokas in Sanskrit, but those slokas, the original sar, sar means original. Yeah, the originality of the slok and the tattva comes through Ved, Upanishad, and through Purva Acharyas. Then that is the truth.
शास्त्र की विधान का
The Shastras Vedanta.
शास्त्र किसको कहते हैं?
Who,
शास्त्र की
what is
परिभाषा
the,
क्या है?
what is it? Shastra.
इसके भी विधान है।
It's also,
इसलिए कहते हैं
what is the
गुरु
meaning of
परंपरा
Shastra?
प्राप्त
This
वेद
Shastra Vani, the
वाणी
Shastri
भी
Vani,
है।
the teachings come through
इसलिए
Guru
कहते हैं परंपरा
Parampara.
दो प्रकार की होता है। एक कहा जाता है क्या?
One is
भागवतीय परंपरा,
one is bhagavatiya-parampara and
पांचरात्रिक
Pancharatrika-parampara.
गुरु परंपरा।
That is Guru Parampara.
गुरु परंपरा
They
माने
both are Guru Parampara.
पांचरात्रिक परंपरा
Pancharatrika-parampara,
ये पंचरात्र के अनुसार विधान के अनुसार जो
who,
दीक्षा
who you take Diksha and you take, in the formality like take Diksha, that is Pancharatri. Guru Parampara and what is Bhagavad Parampara, where you take Diksha from a pure Vaishnava and then with a Rashik Vaishnava. The Katha, if you are listening to the Katha from Rashik Vaishnava and the bhav that manifests in your heart, that is called Bhagavatam Parampara. That is, the example is given to Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu. Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu, he took, no, he's not a disciple of Bhakti Vedanta, Vishnu Thakur, no? Vishwanath, yeah. He didn't take Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So with Vishwanath see Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu, he didn't take Diksha with Vishwanath Chakravarti. So he took his Diksha from Bhagavat Parampara. One is Guru Shishya Shishya. Siksha. No, Bhagavat. Siksha. Yeah, so Siksha, Siksha disciple comes through Bhagavat Parampara. Siksha Parampara. So it's so Sishya. So our Acharya Path have shown the importance of Bhagavat Parampara. So if you have a pure Guru is here, then there is no pure disciple. He may not have a pure disciples. Then he would. Then he may take Siksha from a listen Katha from a Siksha Guru and make progress in his bhajan. Our Raghunath Das Goswami Praj, he took Diksha from Yadunandan. So he took Diksha from Yadunanda Acharyas, but he took only Siksha from Rupa Goswami. So at the end, he surrendered to the lotus feet of Rupa Goswami Praj. Even though he took Diksha from Yadunandan Acharya. And then Swarup Damodar, Rai Ramananda, he took Siksha from them. And also Sanatan Goswami Pad, Rupa Goswami Pad, Acharya. So both the names are there. Also Rupanuga, he also took that Rupanuga Pranali is also. One is Jiva Goswami Pad, Raghunath Das Goswami. So they were following the Rupanuga. Then Nanda Prabhu, Jiva Goswami. No, Ramananda Prabhu took. Narottam Das. Shamananda Prabhu. Hriday Chaitanya. Yeah, Shamananda Prabhu took Diksha from Hriday Chaitanya. He took Mantra Diksha from, and Srivas Acharya, he took Gopal Bhatta Goswami. He took Diksha from Gopal Bhatta. But Narottam Das and Srivas, they took Siksha from Jiva Goswami. Pad. That's why Narottam Das Thakur, Raghunath Das Goswami, his Diksha Guru, Yadunanda Acharya, he also paid, he showed the importance of his Diksha Guru as well. He is also his Raghunath Das Goswami has got a pranam mantra for his Diksha Guru Yadunanda Acharya. And then with the Jiva Goswami, and he took Siksha from Rupa Goswami Pad, and also Siksha from Rupa Goswami Pad. So Diksha and Siksha Guru is one. Jiva Goswami's Diksha Guru, Siksha Guru is a Rupa Goswami Pad. So that way, that's how the parampara continues. Jiva Goswami Pad. Teachings of Bhakti Prajnana. Also the teachings, there is also the teachings of Bhakti Prajnana Keshava Goswami. The teachings, in English it's the teachings of Bhakti Prajnana Keshava Goswami. The teachings of Bhakti Prajnana Keshava Goswami Acharya. Yeah. So, Gurudev, when he published this book, the Jivan Charita is it's a very detailed book. It has got all the Tattva Siddhantas are there, and the teachings of Bhakti Prajnana Keshava Goswami Maharaj is in there. We should read that book. If you don't read that book until you're in, then if you want to go into bhakti, you should read this book. You should read this book. I will speak about his Jivan, his life history. Bhakti Prajnana Keshava Goswami. He took birth in Bhagnapur in Bengal. His father's name was Thakur, and the mother's name was I don't know my son's name. I've forgotten the mother's name. He was very good looking. Jonah. So his name was Jonah. The Jonah means the complexion of his body is like golden complexion. When he was young, when he was only 2 or 3 months, and he used to massage. When the baby is about 2 or 3 months, they used to massage the baby. So they massaged him in the sun, and the mother used to massage the and she left the baby outside, and she just went in the house just for a few moments, and the bird, eagle, like an eagle bird came and picked him up and flew up. Bacheto, yes, like with the clothes, he picked up the baby and flew up. And then what did the bird do? So if you go to the village areas, then you can see many ponds. So what did this bird do? He dropped the baby in the pond. And what happened at that time? There was like that big leaf of the coconut tree was there, and the baby fell on that, and then the baby was in the pond. My Gurudev also written that. Because the leaf protected the baby, so the baby wasn't hurt. It didn't. The baby was tied up with the cloth. And the Patsy, yes. That's why it's written. Whoever Raksha, if Bhagwan is going to save you, then nobody can kill you. So the Bhakti. Then the baby grew up. Then it's written there. So until 2 years old, 3 years, he was not talking too much. He was not talking at all. The loka. Then then they had to have some prasad from a low caste. Then he started to talk. And this is this is just Lila. Krishna. Charya Singha Rupine. Mahaprabhu is saying that is very superior. So when they gave them low caste, uchista of a low caste, they gave that prasad to him. Ucha, nich, low caste. Like low caste, they gave him. Then they gave the prasad, uchista prasad, to the low caste, to Gurudev. And then he started to talk. I remember when I was writing. Then it's written in Hindi. Then it was Maharaj wrote, Gurudev wrote in Hindi, and then it was translated in Bengali. Hindi and English. Gurudev's book is in Hindi and English. I don't know, I'm not sure about. Golden cover.
Blue color.
He was a monitor in the school. In the class, he was a monitor. What happened one day? After school, one day he came late from school. Like school finishes at afternoon. About 4:30, the school finishes. Mother was like waiting with her. Mother punished him with a stick. She said, "Where have you been? Why so late? Why have you come so late? You should." She was a very Jamindar. She was a landowner's paridwar. So she was very strict. Both strict. Gurudev used to say, yes, he was Vinod Bihari. Vinod Juna. Jonah.
हैं?
Jonah. Vinod.
न कमल
No, Vinoda.
अच्छा, तो उन्होंने ये बताया,
Then he said,
तो उन्होंने ये बताया
he said,
कि आप देखो हमारे स्कूल के जो है
so he said that
आज
today
महिला जो है,
there was one
महिला जो है
older lady,
और उनके
cholera,
हो गया, क्या बोलते हैं?
cholera,
डायरिया हो गया,
cholera. I think it was cholera. It was cholera.
कलेरा,
So there was the old lady who had cholera.
अस्पताल में
So we admitted her to the hospital.
आप हमें जो देते हैं, क्या बोले, थोड़ा टिफिन के जो पैसा
Whatever money you give me for tiffin, so we all of us together collected this money,
स्कूल में एक संस्था बनाई,
and there was one in our school. We got one society,
सभी लोग
and in this society, all the students
इकट्ठे,
put some money in that box, and she didn't have anyone to help, so and I
अस्पताल
admitted her to the hospital,
और उनके समस्त प्रकार की
and I arranged
दवाई की जो है
all the medicine for
दुकान नहीं था सर, दुकान का नाम क्या है?
श्री कृष्णा मेडिकल
श्री
Krishna Medical. What's your dukan's name? What's your shop's name?
मेडिकोट,
Krishna Medical. Sri Krishna Medical.
हाँ देखो
So
दवाई ये सारी व्यवस्था कर दिया,
he arranged all the medicine for him.
कि जब तक पूरा व्यवस्था नहीं खत्म,
So we arranged everything for her, and then now that's why I've come late.
और फिर उनकी सबकी बात करने के बाद फिर देखो इस कथा के सुनते ही
Then when the mother heard this katha from
और उनको पकड़ करके रोने,
her son, she started to cry in a bodhisattva. Then she felt like how
गुरुदेव कहते थे
generous and how compassionate her son is. So when Gurudev says,
दुखित नहीं होते,
if we see somebody suffering, and if we don't feel that other person suffering, then animals,
कल केला दे दो, दूसरी बंदर की नहीं दे,
if you give a banana to a monkey, then he will eat himself. He will not give that banana to another monkey.
उसकी माँ भी बच्चे का हाथ
So even if you give the monkey to the baby monkey, then also he will snatch the banana from the baby monkey.
को भी देखा,
Have you ever seen a mother monkey feed the baby monkey?
वो बंदरी क्या करेगी,
And what will the mother monkey do? Will snatch the banana from the baby monkey and eat it herself. So
सिंपैथी,
in the animal kingdom, there is no sympathy. They don't have sympathy.
किंतु मनुष्य में,
But in human beings,
मनुष्य तो उसी के कहा जाता है,
there is sympathy.
ये दुख देख करके
When they look at others suffering, then their heart melts and they also feel their suffering.
किंतु इसके जो परोपकार की व्याख्या जो है,
These paramparas,
माने सर्वोत्तम व्याख्या क्या है? सर्वोत्तम व्याख्या क्या है? परोपकार करना है? तब कथामृतम
Jivan. So which is the most donor? Which is the highest charity? The highest charity is give katha. So the highest donor, who's the topmost donor, is katha. So if you deliver one jeev from the material world to deliver one soul from material and take one soul to the Bhagwan's Dham, then that is the topmost, the highest charity. Many people do food. That's also good. Donate food or clothes, but really temporary. Apoon. it's not
पार्टली
it's temporary, na?
और टेम्पोररी
Temporary. It's
एक
temporary.
व्यक्ति के परोपकार सर्वत्र होते हैं
So that donation is temporary. Actually, the utmost donation,
ये विचार है
because then
इसलिए भक्ति प्रकरण केसव
that's why Bhakti Prajnana Keshava Maharaj, he's, he showed the lokit, the material lokit. Our Gurudevs, that compassionate in this material world.
who has no common sense
You give it to somebody who's got no common sense.
तो आगे भगवत
So if you want to, if somebody has no common sense, right, then first you have to you have to serve them in a material way, right? Donate in material way. Lokit, param. And then you can take them into, but that is not the spiritual charity. Which is the spiritual is? The spiritual is if you recite hari-katha to a jiva and still and purify his heart. Purify his heart. Then it is through hari-katha you can purify hari-katha, through hari-katha and through harinam you can purify jiva's heart. Oh, there is no other way. So recite Rup. What is Bhagavad Gita is Bhagavad Gita is Rup, Sarup. This it cleans your heart. All the anathas in your heart are destroyed and it cleans your heart. Nobody wants to hear Bhagavad Gita. They don't have ruchi for Bhagavad Gita because Jhar Buddhi, this material mentality, they don't have ruchi. It's not that easy to have ruchi in Bhagavad Gita. Guru Parampara, then the life is wasted. If you don't have ruchi in the Parampara, if you don't have ruchi in Bhagavad Gita and you have ruchi, useless. Bhasma, rag, rog, bhasma, ashes, the ashes. If you put ghee in ashes, do you think it will fine? No. Ghee has to be put in the fire. Otherwise, if you put ghee in ashes, then what? That's wasted. It's useless. If you put then your Shravan is bekar, is wasted. Then your life is useless. Bandha gai means a cow that doesn't doesn't give a baby, female. Like infertile cow. Then what's the point of keeping that? So you should have, what is it? You should have ruchi in Bhagavad Gita. Even this is not working, I think. In Gaudiya all the Patrika of Gaudiyas, from all the Hindi Patrika, that if you don't have Bhagwan's ruchi, our Param Guru Maharaj, our Param Gurudev, Parota means local, the donation, like loki, compassion. You help them in a material way. But that is lokit. It's eating there as well. So you are like that. So this was the vichar, this is the thinking of Param Gurudev. So he said, Gaudiya Mat, paneer, the laddus and
स्वादिष्ट भोजन आदि करते हैं।
So they eat very delicious food.
भोजन आदि करते
They're like chapan 56 items they offer.
हैं। महाराज ने क्या उत्तर
So Parampur gave answer to them. You have to understand.
कहा? देखो
He said, yes, look,
राजा के जो पुत्र होते हैं, राजा के पुत्र के क्या कहा जाता है?
old prince, the son of the king is called prince.
उसके उत्तराधिकारी
He said, similarly, we are the servant of Krishna. So we will, the prasadam, we will get the best prasadam.
प्रसाद कहाँ से मिले?
And you don't even believe in Bhagwan. So how will you get your prasad?
उपस्थित बुद्धि, presence of mind मिलता है।
So this is how Param Gurudev used to give answers.
हैं? विचार करो। देखो परम गुरु महाराज को
Our Param Gurudev
महाराज ने किया कि
Then what is the
कॉलेज में उन्होंने एडमिशन लिया। हैं?
he
उनके
took
कॉलेज में जो है
he took admission in college. In this college, he was teaching Chaitanya Charitamrita.
उस कॉलेज के जितने भी प्रोफेसर थे सभी तुम्हें सब संकरपंथी हो गए।
And there
विद्वान लोग होते हैं
all the Vidwan, all the scholars, they are Mayavadi.
कृष्ण उत्सव महोत्सव पंची बता रहे।
Whoever is very intelligent, they are all mostly Mayavadis.
अधिक रूप में दिखाई।
Most of them are Mayavadis.
तो उनके कॉलेज में जो चैतन्य चरितामृत
In this college,
सब संकरपंथी
we started to do Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yeah, and they were mostly with Sankar Buddhi. They believe that Bhagwan is what? Bhagwan is.
गीता में भी लिखा है।
Even in Gita it's written.
तो आप लोग कह रहे हैं
So now we are
ये ब्रह्म निशक्ति
saying that Brahma doesn't have Shakti.
देखो सारे कॉलेज में हड़कंप मच गए।
So there was a big argument.
सारे प्रोफेसर मिलकर के वो चैतन्य चरितामृत में जो लिखा है
So so it's written in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's a slok of a Bhagavad Gita as well.
स्पष्टीकरण कर दी।
So he said, he gave this evidence.
सारे कॉलेज के जितने
So
प्रोफेसर हैं
all the professors in college, they started.
विनोद बिहारी ब्रह्मचारी की कैसे सूक्ष्म बुद्धि।
So they started to raise.
कितने साल तक
All this, they all started to realize that how many years we were read that somebody like nobody asked this question, and now Vinod Brahmachari has come. All the professors, not only one or two professors, all the professors of the college, and they all sat together and started to think about it, and they couldn't answer. Then they thought, what have we been reading all these years? Then he left. Then he left the college and he took shelter of the Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And took my net is not working. Who is Paramatma? Paramatma is in everyone's heart. Paramatma is in all Jiva's heart. Who is Bhagwan? Who is Bhagwan? Who do you call Bhagwan? Vairagya. All the qualities are there in Bhagwan. So like that, Prabhupada explained this so nicely. And what did he left Bas when he heard all this from Prabhupada? So when he was in college, so like some like British colonies said they gave something good as well, like the railway and the. What we have to say is not get rid of British. We have to get rid of their teachings. Corruption. And they took all the money and they went to England. And yes, like for example, they took cotton, the cotton, the cotton they used to take it to Britain and they make cloth, they make textile, their textile industries in over England, and they make food, and then they send that same cloth back to India. So it's like Nimak. So, yes, so he said, all this yug, Subhash Chandra said that I will give freedom to the independence to Britain, independence to India. And then Prabhupada said, Azad. He said, what is Azad? What is independence? Well, what is the meaning of independence? Is that when Jeev is delivered from this material world, that is called independence. That is called independence. So English people ruled our country. So now what is even the current? What happens even now, the politicians, they've got all the money. Where have they put all the money? In the Swiss account. When you look at all the ministers, all the government, all the politicians, they have so much money, crores, millions of money. Where did this money come from? Once somebody becomes a minister and he has so much money, where do he get money? So maybe there are, I'm not talking about all the politicians, maybe some are very good, maybe 2 or 3 are good. I am not in politics. Sorry, Modi's name comes. So, like Modi is good, just most of them are corrupted. They have crores of money. They are doing good for the country. Like milk of the cow should be used for the cows or for the devotees. That is also good. Here also you have a nice Goshala. Also there is a nice Goshala in Govardhan, in Durga Rishi. We have. So give me the young people, then I will teach them. So like in the government, they said, "Oh, I'll teach him how to play." So government that we will get through this British government out of India. Yes. The British people, they took everything from India. The ruby, the precious stone. I went to Lind, that precious stone. The Queen of England, she's got it on her crown. Ashan. So he said, no, yes, Ashan. Ashan. So what it means is you don't have to throw British people out. You have to throw their teachings. That, what did Prabhupada say? Prabhupada said, you've taken birth in India. Body or the Atma? Then he said, yes, I'm Atma. Then when you leave this body, what happens to the Atma? The Atma goes to another body. Then when that Atma goes to another body, then maybe that Bharatvasi, yes, maybe that other second body, when you left one body, your second body may, what is the duty? Is to serve Bhagwan. You are not woman, you are not man, you are not also British, you are not even Indian. Who are you? That's Dasu. So you are. Because you've forgotten you are a dasa you are a servant of a servant of a servant of a servant of a Bhagwan. That you understand this.
जो इसे ऐसे ही करता है,
Deki.
ध्यान में होता है। उनके जितने समझो बोले मेरा यही काम है, तो सर को भी जाए उसके काम ऐसे जाए।
Deki. Deki is like, with a, like a, what do you say? What's called pedal and, I don't know what to explain in English. That you serve human beings and that you are serving Bhagwan Narayan. So Nar Seva, Narayan Seva. That is Mayavadi. Mayavadi will say, oh, if we serve Bhagwan, human beings, then they are serving Bhagwan. Like they are saying, to serve Bhagwan is to serve human beings. I said, Bhakti Prajnana Keshava Goswami. All the Siddhantas are in his the Muslims were not paying the rent. The rent. What is Param Gurudev do? And Brahmaji. He got hold of the one person, the Muslim person, and beat him so much that the others also learned from that. Now we are doing Navadi Parikrama, that place of the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who did the Prakash? It was Bhakti Vinod Thakur. If we read Bhakti Vinod